Despite its widely publicized physicality, there's more to The Machinist than what meets the eye.
Canada be damned. I'm going to the Klondike.
The Klondike is Canada.
Giorgio, you be doing just fine, brother.
With any Hollywood star who has an impressive and lengthy resume, it's difficult for the small, independent films they've done to shine through, especially when you have some blockbusters or Academy Award-winning films on that list. Whether it's a popcorn movie or Oscar bait, chances are you've seen a Christian Bale movie. Sure, we can talk about Batman, The Fighter, or Ford v Ferrari, but today I'd like to talk about 2004's The Machinist. Maybe you've heard of it, or maybe you haven't. Regardless, the only thing anyone seems to talk about or remember about The Machinist is this.
If you were any thinner, you wouldn't exist.
But there's far more to The Machinist than Bale's dramatic weight loss. But before we unravel that, a little context on this film. As you probably know, or can guess, The Machinist is about a machinist, played by Christian Bale.
I have you figured out.
His character is Trevor Resnick, and aside from being as thin as a rail, he also has another problem with his body.
I'm so tired. I haven't slept in a year.
It's not exactly clear why this is, but like a lot of things in The Machinist, it's a mystery. One of those things is a new acquaintance Trevor makes by the name of Ivan. What makes him a mystery is not only that he pops into Resnick's life periodically, but that strange things have started to occur in Trevor's life after their initial encounter.
Something's happening to me, Stevie. Some kind of plot.
These things affect both his personal and professional life, and they all seem to be funneling towards a puzzle, a mystery, a nagging question that's driving Trevor into a psychological tailspin. Like any psychological mystery, The Machinist keeps you guessing. Even though it's one of those films that begins with the climax, there's enough going on to prevent you from constantly asking yourself, how does this lead to X? In fact, there's enough going on and enough breadcrumbs, you quickly forget about X, until you arrive at it. Not only is the unfolding of events keeping you invested, but Christian Bale himself delivers such an engrossing performance, you can't help but be sucked into it.
I'm on to you, Miller. Despite your stupid jokes, you secretly blame me for the accident. New car or not, you despise me for it. How'd you get into my place? Duplicate keys, credit card, what? Fuck you, Miller! This shit's gonna stop!
Resnick's spiral into madness and paranoia is one which builds with the progression of the plot. His insomnia while on the brink of sleep, on the other hand, is a little more sporadic. Either way, Bale makes you feel both in your bones, and what's so clever about how the film presents it is that it has you questioning or empathizing with the supporting characters. In some cases, it can be both, because the film has made us paranoid and wondering who's on the level and who's not. Everyone's playing the straight man against Resnick's insanity, which makes everyone a potential suspect.
Is someone chasing you?
I don't feel too comfortable working with you. You ain't hearing me, man. Nobody wants you here. Nobody.
Is everybody in on it? Huh? Let's have a laugh on Trevor! Zelina!
However, Christian Bale and the rest of the cast are not the only ones deserving of credit. The direction, cinematography, and the Hitchcockian score all feed into the machinist's contagious sense of paranoia and impending turmoil. The heavy use of shadows, desaturated colors, and the throwback 60s sound are in no way subtle. They're in your face and ever present, and they help contribute to the overall unsettling aura of The Machinist. Perhaps one of the few downsides to The Machinist, if any, is that it has a twist ending. I don't say that because that ending is bad, but rather, you cannot enjoy it the same way after your first viewing. Yes, you could say that about any film, yet there's something different when it comes to twist endings. Every viewing after the first has you searching for any clue, big or small, to hint at the big reveal. It's for this reason I've neglected to mention plot specifics of The Machinist. If you haven't seen it, take my word for it, it's fantastic, and not worth spoiling. It's fantastic for reasons mentioned or not. In other words, The Machinist, both physically and abstractly, has more to say than just how things look.